Okay, guys, look, anybody that's watching or anybody that's going to watch this later on, right now, we are in a changing market. We are in a non crystal ball, non able to figure out what's going to happen type environment. Guys, I'm having extensive phone calls with people about them. First of all, went with a lender that did not order an appraisal. Number two, loaned them too much money. Number three, they're sitting there having to bring hundreds, 50s, 25K to closing on a cash out refinance. It's imperative at this point in time in this market that we're currently in to make sure that you're going with a valued lender that you can trust, valued that does things the right way. I'm not kidding. I'm going to get these people on a podcast and probably after we get back from Vegas. Guys, I've had four phone calls in the last 48 hours. Not kidding. Four phone calls in the last 48 hours. Rob, I'm desperate. I've put too much money into this project, and we went with a lender that didn't order appraisal, and I screwed up. What do I do? What do I do? I said, well, the only thing you can do is rent your way out of this situation. That's the only thing you can do. You get in a long-term loan, refi out of your current loan, hard money, and you rent your way out of the issue. So, guys, you got to get with people. You got to build your team. Every time I get in front of somebody, I tell them, you've got to build your team around people you trust. Just because it looks good on paper, just because it makes you feel good and it's cheaper, cheaper's not always better. It's faster. Faster may be great. Oh, well, they don't require an appraisal. I don't think I need an appraisal. Why wouldn't you want that valuable piece of information of what the market is telling you and what the appraiser is able to tell you up front, and a lender that actually evaluates the properties up front? I look every month. Every month, I personally look. I could show you the stats. Over 250 properties. And we turned down at least 200 of those properties. One, two, three are the most main issues. One, paying too much. Clients like, oh, well, it's a deal. No, it's not. You're paying too much. It does me no good to sit in front of a client and say, you're paying too much for this property. Because at the end of the day, you're thinking I'm trying to be negative about it. But at the end of the day, you're trying to make a deal work that doesn't work. And I don't get paid to sit and have phone calls every day. I get paid to close doors and put people in closing seats. But I am seriously concerned about the amount of people that are calling me saying, Rob, I need help. I'm in a desperate situation because I went with a lender, a hard money lender that did not order an appraisal. I mean, it's crazy. And it's been an increasing amount that has ticked up over the last 3 to 4 months. It's dangerous, especially when the market shifts and now you're in a market that most people aren't buying in because they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait until after the midterms, or I'm going to wait until next year, see if rates come back down, which they might, they may not. Nobody knows. But right now, these people are holding on to these properties, and the value of them wasn't there to begin with. It has nothing to do with the interest rates. The value wasn't there to begin with. And the lender lent money on them blindly because they thought they knew that area or thought they knew that market and just went ahead and loaned them the money. That is a type of lending where the lender wants to take back your property. That's that type of lending. when a lender evaluates your property, and there's a lot of good ones out there, a lot of good hard money lenders that we have good relationships with. And I'm sure that some of them will vouch for what I'm saying. You always want a good evaluation on any type of investment property by a expert in that field. A lender is an expert in that field because they know what those properties are worth. We've closed 4,000 loans. We know what the Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, the Texas market is doing. We're also a nationwide lender. But every single time that we close short-term or long-term, typically we require an appraisal because we want to know, we want to protect you as the client. So yeah, I'm on a little rant today. A girl called me today, crying, emotional on the phone. Rob, I don't know what to do. I start running the numbers. I was like, these numbers don't make sense. I was like, there's no way this could be this. There's no way these numbers add up. She's like, I know. And she's like, what our original plan was, we were going to go clean up the property a little bit, and we were going to, we were going to put it on the market, and then we decided to fully rehab it. I was like, but still, the numbers don't even make sense of what you purchased it for. At the end of the day, if you're not using what a lender uses on what they're lending against the property, which is 70%, or I dare say 65% in this market, 65% of ARV, minus your repair cost. And that's not where you're buying the property at, somewhere around 50 to 55% of ARV. If you're not in those numbers or in that area, then walk away from the deal, go find another one. Interest rates are up, so your average day buyer is not out there buying them up, but investors are, because we're still closing a crap ton of loans. So don't tell me that you can't find properties. That's not even, I can't even hear that. The properties are out there. I mean, if you need mentorship, if you need stuff like that, find you a mentor that can show you how to get stuff done. I mean, you can drive for dollars. They're on MLS. I'm going to throw Ehab's name out there. He found a property on MLS, closed on it within 2 weeks. I'm telling you guys, these deals are out there. But back to my original rant. You have to understand that in a market like this, you've got to have trusted people in your corner, because at the end of the day, you're going to get taken advantage of. And that I don't want to happen to anybody. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you this. We're always here to help you and guide you down the right path of where you need to be on your numbers as far as any investment property is concerned. And if you're not sure about it, shoot it over to us. Heck, I'll take a look at it. I got a guy right now that's calling me this morning. He's going with a different lender. He's still calling me, asking me questions. I'm like, is your other lender not able to answer these questions? He just laughed. He's like, he said, Rob, I'm going to leave our conversation alone. But at the end of the day, he's like, I made a mistake and I'm paying for it right now. I was like, okay, understood, but it's okay. There's a lot of great people in this industry, and there's a lot of crooked people in this industry. You just got to be careful and navigate your way through the ones that are good, that are getting in front of you, that you can trust, that you've met personally. And if you haven't met your lender personally, hey, I'll give you my address. I'll give you my address here to this office. I'll put you on a Zoom call. We can go have lunch. We can have coffee anytime you want. I'll be more than happy to sit down with anybody and educate them any way that I can. But guys, look, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, we do both. Alberto, thank you, brother. Love you. Hey, we still need to get that workout in, man. Big guns. We need to get that workout in. Appreciate it. At the end of the day, guys, we don't do these videos, and we don't get on Facebook Live, and we don't do the things that we do just because we want to, you know, pound our chest and say we're better than anybody else. We're not better than anybody. There's a lot of great lenders out there, but building a relationship that's long lasting and building a foundation like you do with a house is something that you can't take away from, guys. At the end of the day, you've got to be able to trust who you're lending with in this real estate environment. It's not the same as it was 6 months ago. It's not the same that it was back in June. It's totally different. Totally different. And if you don't believe it, I'm sorry, but it is. You know, lending criteria have changed across the board. Across the board. We're seeing it nationwide. We lend nationwide, so of course we get to see it. Manuel, I can help you on a short-term loan for a mobile home, and I got a contact for long-term lending as well. Okay, I personally cannot do long-term lending on mobile homes, but I can do short-term for the fix and flip portion. But anyways, guys, I'm going to finish my rant. I just wanted to get on here so that it could be recorded. I'm telling you guys, if another lender's watching this and you're out there taking advantage of people, stop it. Okay, this is how you're ruining people's futures. You're ruining people's retirements. You're ruining people's chance at a life of freedom, of financial freedom. So stop it. Okay, it's irresponsible. It's wrong. Start doing the right things. You can call me the lending police if you want to. But I'm telling you, let's start doing the right things. That's all the time I've got for today. Facebook land, I love you guys. If y'all ever need any advice whatsoever and you're watching this, please come and see me. I'll talk to y'all later. Out here.